I bet you never expected the end to come like this.
Put on shoes.
Lootlads. Why do all the female, like, fighty, extendy, flexy characters never wear shoes?
I don't know. Like ballerina shoes or something.
Socks, at least?
Cover the toesies. You're gonna get a foot caught in this crate. Like, just, you go to kick and your toe's just stuck in there? Like, that's fucked.
What if they just do sandals? What if it's a whole lot? What if they just do flip-flops? You just hear her coming from, like, this entire fight, it's just 1,000 flip-flops going all at once.
The chunkless? I did it. Fuck.
What if also she has the ability to take off her flip-flops and throw them at you?
Yeah, that's La Chancla, dude.
That's chocolate? Oh my god, yeah.
That is, Latino mother, fucking weapon of choice.
They're proficient in it.
Punch! Why the fuck are you not punching?
So Wizards of the Coast are like torpedoing their own brand.
Oh my god. The OGL stuff has been absolutely fucked.
I will be honest with you. I completely saw it coming, and I'm very surprised they didn't do it with 5th. Like, they make so much money off of books, I'm surprised they weren't like, yeah, you have to go directly through us, otherwise you're not doing anything.
Well, like...
But it also was released at the time where, like, Fire just started on Magic the Gathering. And I know it's different departments, but they're headed by the same company.
Yeah,
so.
Hasbro owned.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's the thing, right? You have a thing that just wants pure profit, right? And it's not
conducive to a long-lasting product or anything with PR. Like, you think people aren't just going to fucking pirate that system and also never need to pay you because one guy just needs to do it? Like, it's very easy to get booked. Just saying.
Yeah. The problem is more so that, like, you have this surge of incredible love for D&D lately because of the products that are able to use the current the current OGL.
Yeah.
Because you have, you know, when you think of the D&D stuff right now, the most popular shit is what? Roll20 and Critical Role and shit?
Yeah.
And they make money because they're an entertainment business. And they're like, you know, they're being entertaining. Their entire product is their use of the game to put on a show.
Yeah.
And then if you start stripping them of that, if they don't want to fucking play your game now because you want to just get your hands in their pocket for everything that they own now, or that they're developing and having fun with, they're just going to move on.
They've also cultivated a scenario in which if Matt Mercer goes up and says, hey, Wizards of the Coast dropped the ball as politely as possible, now we're playing like a Paizo game, and Paizo is just like, oh, tight. What's Wizards going to do now that all the popular culture around Dungeons and Dragons have now swapped to the other system?
Yeah, exactly.
And now is now giving money. Like, you're just losing money that way.
Oh my god. Because it's not it's not D&D that's popular. It's those shows that are popular because of the personalities that just use D&D as a vessel.
Yeah, like, they can exist without the game. In fact, they have.
Yeah.
In fact,
they have
they're
a
very
TV
popular
show
without it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? Like, in some cases. So... fucking, like, I get locked into something and then she strikes. It's painful. But yeah, when it comes down to the D&D stuff, you have okay. Oh hey.
Thanks, Alfred.
Just gonna, you know, casually get this. Thank you. I guess we can start it off with the D&D talk. Welcome to Loot Lads.
If I were Copperhead...
Which you are. I've
Yeah.
seen you limber.
I am a cute, I'm not 100% sure as to what her nationality is, but they speak Spanish. Lady. I am them, yes. But I would 1,000% just be like, oh my, never mind, I'm dead. What the fuck? I forget what I was about to say.
Yeah, how does it feel having 40 bones broken at once? Oh my god.
Batman, you can't treat people like that.
I know where he is.
Oh boy.
The Joker.
Tell me.
He's called a meeting. All the assassins will be there. When you set me free, I'll tell you where.
Thanks. I owe you one.
Wait! I can tell you the location.
You already did.
And she starved to starved to death in there over the course of the next couple days.
Why didn't she just, like, fucking Hurricane Run up Batman as he was getting the fucking anti-drug?
Yes, and I'm about to deal with
Sorry, repeat that. I was lost in my sauce.
It's alright, it was a dumb question. It's just the plot happened and she didn't attack when, Batman was physically waiting for the big fucking drop pod to open.
Yeah, like walking over, getting the injection. I was thinking that too, but, plot happened.
As well, Alfred, he's poisoned, right? You should probably include multiple in case he gets poisoned again.
Send another drop pod.
Isn't it like a vaccine killed / antidote? I'm pretty sure the man dies if he injects too much of that. But also, he dies if the lady tries to kill him.
Thank goodness. And a blade dodge with a takedown.
I'll have hiccups.
Uh-oh.
There
you go. But yeah, so the D&D stuff.
It's obnoxious, it's short-sighted, and it's against the spirit of the product. And the only reason why they're making money is all of the shows that are advertising their product for them.
Yeah.
Because I would be playing Pathfinder with a completely different group if someone like my girlfriend didn't watch that content and go, hey, I want to play Dungeons and Dragons because it seems cool. And it's like, all right, tight. But instead, now they've just put a scenario in which they lost customers. And now Paizo or whoever with free online material will just get all the shit.
Well, the thing is, I think Pathfinder is originally built off of the 1.0 OpenGL from their OGL from way, way, way long ago. So even that has a potential to get screwed up.
Cool, just change all the names and only use D6's Shadowrun's done it for years.
What's the word that I was going to say? The second one, the second edition. That, however, does not. So.
Yeah, the second. I assume Paizo. The only reason why second edition existed, A, because they wanted money. It's whatever. But B is because they kind of saw it coming. If it's not towards the Wizards OGL.
Yeah.
So second edition's fantastic. I will vouch for it. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not I would say the system that it uses isn't as crunchy as 3.5, but I think it's to its benefit. Because you get a lot more stuff, a lot faster, and it feels like every level is a power boost, as opposed to, normally in 5th edition, a lot of classes are, in 2 levels, I'm going to be amazing. And when the threats upgrade, you're going to be like, in 3 levels, I'm going to be more amazing. And then in Pathfinder kind of have the same thing, where you were constantly upgrading incrementally until your big power boost. In 2nd edition, it's, I level up. I generally, on most classes, get something good. Or something that specializes me in some way.
Yeah, that's,
It's preferred.
Yeah. When this stuff came out, I've been picking away at, okay, that's not where I wanted to go at all, but here we are. He's sniping me in the back.
I have the book if you want to look at it for 2nd edition, or if you are pursuing doing a homebrew.
Yeah, because that's what I've been working on for the past couple of days now, is back on that homebrew that I've been poking at occasionally for years. Because I have multiple classes up to a level 5 playtest. And I kind of wanted to get everything in there just in case, so that way I could facilitate everybody who wants to play whatever, and as well as, make sure I can playtest as many characters as possible without them being absurd. And when I was just poking around at it, I made up another system, which I actually kind of enjoy, that is... people worried that it could be abusable. It's kind of a combat momentum thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you read any of that chit-chat that was going on.
Not really.
I figured as much.
I think I was playing Minecraft at the time.
Of course, yes. No,
why would I be paying attention to what friends are doing? Roll's eyes.
Right. Having a nice, friendly conversation to work on an interesting game. But anyway, it's a combat momentum that, everybody has a momentum value. It doesn't adjust throughout. It's just based on, you have a solid one, and then it kind of you build on it based on doing things, but you can also lose it. Mm-hmm. So it's a sliding scale of 0 to 5, where that's your kind of neutral.
What is happening right now?
I'm tracking.
Location.
Oh, I'm playing hot and cold. I have to get closer.
You're hot, then you're cold. You're yes, then you're no.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, that's good.
And yeah, so say your class starts off at a 3, and if you hit somebody for like over a certain amount of damage threshold, like you deal 5 damage to somebody at attack, boom, you get 1. Or you succeed like a difficult challenge, something like that, boom, you get a second one. Or you like take out bad guys and stuff. Like it's just all that sort of style of gameplay of rewarding what feels good, and that way once you get over it to a certain point, like so once you hit 6, because it's 0 to 5, when you hit 6, then you gain a bonus attack die, and then you hit 7, you get 2, you hit 3, 8, 3, yada yada yada.
See, I feel like depending on how your combat system goes, that feels really bad for certain classes, unless the momentum base is tailor-made to each class, or it feels really bad for when you're doing everything correct, but the dice says, hey, by the way, you're just below that threshold.
See, the thing is, I'm limiting the things that do gain or lose. I didn't press start at all. My controller just disconnected. Okay, that's why.
Batman was just like, I'm tired of this nerd talk. I'm out of here.
Yeah, there's not really many things that, like... There's not much that use... There's 2 classes that actually use Spirit as a part of their... Oh, you gotta throw things at the thing.
You gotta throw a thing at the thing? Oh, yeah, you gotta do the thing at the thing.
Oh, no,
that's not the thing.
That's not what I wanted.
That wasn't.
Alright, yeah, it's only for a green thing. Fuck it.
Yeah, I just ignore green things. I don't particularly care.
But there's only 2 classes that actually utilize Spirit as a part of their class. Everything else is just sort of I'm dealing bonus. I'm getting rewarded for stuff, and you can get into negative. So if you hit 0, it does start lowering. Okay, I'm getting sniped already. But when you think about how strong you are for... Oh my god, that's a lot of sniper.
Yeah, sniper no sniping, please. I feel like you can just ignore them. Alright, we're just fighting them. Fair enough.
I just gotta get these guys out of my way. Crunch. This is like so many snipers.
So, I'm still a little confused on what that particular system is for or meant to do.
It's just a fun way to build a party. Because like there are things that can affect spirit, gives you premade spirit, and you can just gain it as time goes on. But it only lasts for the combat itself.
So spirit is
the momentum. Yeah, I call it combat spirit, but it's better just essentially called momentum, just because people kind of would understand that as a term.
I mean, I barely understood it as a term, so I guess I'll have to see how it plays out practically. I think if you really wanted to include it, a good suggestion, if it feels kind of bad or feels clunky to gain or reduce, to have your classes that use it or want to use it start at a base and then increase and then reset after like encounter over or after a specific period of time.
Yeah.
Or have a system in place where, say you start at 5, you gained 5, so now you're at 10. So until the dungeon or until the DM like forces you to rest in a way that say you have to rest, then all of your momentum goes away. And then when you're out of the dungeon, your momentum goes away unless there's a counter directly after, because like you're going around doing stuff. So I do kind of like it as like a flavorful thing of the more you do, the better. So you're kind of like, say you're low health, say the party's at 50% health, but your martial classes have like 15 spirit, and that benefits them really, really large.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot more interesting to say, keep them at 15 spirit, or force them to rest to reset to your base spirit, so that you can do a push your luck scenario where like now you're scrappy and you don't want to stop until the job's done type of thing. I think that's an interesting choice.
Yeah, so it gives you... It's just kind of like adjust the way your playstyle, if you want to. It extends the risk-reward for base classes.
Yeah.
And then for certain classes, it doesn't really benefit their attack too much. Like, The ones that do it, there's a tank because I am implementing some sort of tanking thing to it, which has actually been kind of fun to develop the space for. And go up the person. Go up the man. Go up the... There we go. That's the wrong man, Batman!
He's using him as a wall. I like the idea of... Oh,
That was a Tekken hit. What's the guy on the ground doing, though?
Don't worry about it. That was sick. I like that. You know what? You're pretty cool sometimes, Batman. Blows himself up, like, he's just on the ground now.
Oh, body armor. Okay. I was like, why is that guy yellow? Anyway, sorry.
So you wanted a, like, party implementation system.
Yeah, I'm taking my tabletop stuff to be an actual, like, build a party instead of it just being, like, a ragtag group of adventurers that just kind of get together. Like, five rogues can do a dungeon. But...
You see, I really enjoy the fact that you could just run a dungeon of all wizards and then have your wizards do their own thing to protect themselves. It's a challenge run. Like, I don't think any person that seriously plays Dungeons & Dragons will go, all right, what party are we doing? What does everyone think they want to play? And, like...
Brandon!
I guess you'll find
No, not him. Please. I don't think anyone will say, hey, we don't have a healer. I'll bring someone with a healing capability or that can use the spell heal. Like, I don't think the guy in the party of 3 wizards, 1 fighter, and... that guy should just automatically be down.
I was flown 20 feet in the air. I think I'll just concede.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the smart person would pick, like, a bard or a cleric or something. Like, I don't think that's the issue. But I do like the implementation of a specific role in which you can take heat off of someone mechanically. Because a lot of the times when I'm trying to, like... shout at a guy who's attacking my wizard, and the wizard is low health, and I don't think it just doesn't allow you to. That's
Mad.
unfortunate. Wait, I am mad. You're supposed to go in there anyway.
Yeah.
Game, why are you cucking us like that? But I do like the idea of saying, like, having a taunt button of, hey, the dragon is staring at the wizard who just fireballed him, and he's going to die.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
if
yeah.
you walk into the room and you fireball 3 people, the rest of the people that are alive in that room are going to be like, yeah, kill that guy maybe. That way, like, also, it kind of... when you're DMing, you're like, I don't want to attack this person because I attacked him too much, and I don't want to feel bad. It's like, mechanically, you're now given a reason as to why it makes sense that this person's being attacked maybe a little bit more often.
Yeah.
And so you want to bring somebody that can mitigate that, take the heat, or...
See, I feel as though, as much as I like the idea of, like, a tanking role, I think the idea that people will just drop aggro on a guy because the DM feels bad are kind of cowardice.
Yeah, exactly. But
That man just super pan punch and then turn 90 degrees in the air. That's fucking sick.
a little bit.
I will agree that it will ease people into it because no one wants to see their friend die, but everyone at the same time, no one wants... I don't think anyone really wants an easy game while playing Dungeons & Dragons. I think they want an interesting experience mixed with roleplay, and if the combat encounters have to happen, they, at the very least, want to make sure that, like... You don't want to be in a situation in which all combat encounters stop and start when you're at full HP. Like, they just can't fucking touch you. It should be an anomaly if you end the encounter with full HP unless you're a specific role or a scenario in which you have a tank character and your DM allows that. Like, I would allow, if someone intimidates someone else, for that target to then attack him because he's seen as the obvious threat.
Exactly.
And I feel like a lot of DMs just don't do that. To a reasonable degree. Again, if you have a guy and your friend is choking another person's teammate out, and then your fucking halfling mage just goes, "Oh yeah, come fight me," instead of saving that guy. And no matter how high that intimidation roll goes, he's smart enough to know that guy's gonna die if I don't save him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything within reasonability and what you want your game to play. That's the thing about the role playing system is really the ideal time is you can do whatever you want for mechanics, just let your players do whatever they want. But I do like for the characters and for the players that don't know what they want to play, you having an established role is pretty good. Clerics can beat ass. They can be the fighter if they really wanted to be, but a lot of people see them as healers. And some people just like, they just want to slap people.
Yeah.
But they associate like fighter with DPS and not cleric with DPS or paladin with DPS for some reason, even though they're like premier.
Yeah, and like all the classes, like speaking of in the last episode with the elemental power set, I did make an elemental class that's you can spec into one element really hard, and then you can like splay your points into other ones after the fact.
Yeah.
So that way you could be like, I'm the earth elemental one, so I'm very tanky, and also take some water, which is going to be like the healing based one. Or you can take the air one, which is kind of a range support. Or you can take some fire, which is going to be more melee heavy. Sorry, people who like fire from a distance, but I'm making fire a little bit more monk-like.
Here's the thing I don't see a RPG system do very often, and that's encourage you to take consumables and have interesting things. Now, I will admit, a lot of DMs and a lot of game systems do allow for it. But there's nothing that say, like, a lot of people take wine just because it's flavorful. I would really like to say, do a system in which if you take an alcoholic bevy, it will do something with your magic depending on what it's made out of.
Yes.
Like Elven Gin will, for example, give you like a plus to something or replace a spell slot. But of course you're inebriated, so you're like actual insight checks or maybe like your strength or your dexterity goes down as compensation. Or like Dwarven Fire Whiskey or something, where your stats go up as a trade-off to go down to make the encounters more interesting, or like, oh, we're going into a dank dungeon. I want to take some like I want to take some alcohol that gives me more spell slots, and I'll have a good time down there type of thing. It also slightly gives way to role-playing, because you could just essentially just trick people, or like you can have a little bartering experience of like, oh yeah, this is made from Elven Gin, and you know what that does, but maybe the other guy doesn't, or like they just don't use it. Yeah.
And like I wanted to have a system of buffs and debuffs as well. So like, you know, you take that, you get a bonus to strength, but like you start losing something else, right? Like
I think a lot of buffs don't need trade-offs, but I think for like, I guess for fun mode, you could just do like really, really good stat ups. Like a +1 to your modifier on strength is fucking insane without having a downside for a consumable that lasts a little bit. Like I think the alcohol thing is kind of cute, or like put more emphasis on like alchemy and like making minor potions that people would want to use.
Yeah, I haven't really thought of too much of a full-on consume system yet.
Yeah.
But I have characters that are specified to be like kind of a warlock analog of putting debuffs or like damage over time, something like debilitating shit on people.
Yeah, and again, Dungeons and Dragons has that as well, but they're usually very expensive. And even like Paizo and stuff. Like you can, the one thing I really like about the Pathfinder system is that it's very much implied and wants you to make potions out of spell slots. So like this is a potion of bless, or this is a potion of darkness, where if you smash it on the ground, darkness pops up. Like I like that idea, but it doesn't really advertise it very well in 5e. Like I don't think any player that has played a character that's magical in 5e has ever made a potion or asked that if they can make a potion that's a spell. Which is wild to me, considering it's a magic system and they're playing a magic character that would know and has done that.
You know, you bring a good point.
Yeah. So like I feel like emphasizing that as a point would be best. I don't know. I mean, it's your system. I'm just really just venting about. I think consumables are cool and should be encouraged, even though it does have the phenomenon of I'm going to save this until I need it, and then you never end up needing it, or you think you may need it in a better situation. Like you have the potion of invincibility, and you look at this dragon and you go, but what if there's a bigger dragon around the corner?
Yeah.
Or what if I need to fight God later?
And yeah, like I like consumes. I like, you know, things giving buffs and stuff here and there, but I also got to think of how I'm going to balance it, right?
I mean, you also need to playtest the classes to see if they work regardless of buffs anyway.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like, you don't... I'm just spitballing ideas just because I like the creation process. I really don't know that much about your particular system.
It's still a work in progress, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's unfortunate.
who?
Who's gonna pop out? It's the Joker Man.
Oh, too bad, so sad.
Well,
Are we
he
talking about
seems,
before the consumable?
seems pretty happy about it,
tangent?
though. Spirit, tanking, dual classing. Dual classing, that's what I
Oh,
wanted.
there you go. All right.
Yeah,
continue.
all the classes and stuff that I built for it are kind of like, it's more of an RPG style where you go down a class tree instead of doing the class buckets like 5e gives you. Because I don't know, I don't like the rail. That's why I like Pathfinder so much, because it's not. You have a lot more option to freeform what you're doing. You just have to have prerequisites in certain things, like, oh, I can't take this 2-weapon fighting if I have no strength or dex or whatever, right? Like,
And if you wanted to put the maximum amount of work on yourself, if you really wanted to do like a talent tree type of deal, you could do a specific talent tree combination. Oh, hi. Like, I guess Titan Quest is a pretty good example of that, but you could also do like, if you take Alchemy and Fighter, you get this one specific thing where like you can coat your hands and you get immunity of it if they're or like, hard to describe without knowing your specific classes, but like, oh hey, I'm a barbarian fighter, which means that I'm quite brutal and I rage, but I'm also like a martial master and I know how to use these complicated weapons. Use my talent for that. Or like that exemplifies it, so that you get a power boost off of it, but you still need to put points where you could just be putting being a better barbarian. As a dumb example, I guess.
didn't know I'm here. Oh my god!
He came out of an explosion!
Oh, I got them. Oof. Nice.
Oh, someone greened everywhere? That's disgusting.
Who's gonna clean this up? And on Christmas?
Calls Alfred. Oh, yeah, and there's like 6 guys here. Can you make tea?
Hey, yeah, just like,
Ooh, I made a mess. These guys made a mess.
bring the big mop.
We only have the one mop. Yeah, the big one.
Oh, Lord.
I spy.
Hello.
Hello. Just waltzing over here.
Ooh, sideways screen. Look at that.
Someone's watching Twitch. They got chat up on the other side.
Assassins. Welcome to our first quarterly performance review.
I see that one of you has not made it and is tied
As
up
you
in
can
intro.
see, Batman deaths are coming in far below projection.
You got me a couple times. I don't know. What do you want?
Well, those are timelines, dude.
Also, why do they have just piles of TVs everywhere?
Is that Dreadstream Sam? No, that's the guy that got kicked.
And by we, I mean you. Got that, Mr. Kushner?
Who the hell are you?
I'm the guy with the money. And the gun.
Who could have thought a gun could be in here?
So, when I hire you to kill the Batman, you shut the hell up and kill the Batman!
What if I want to kiss the Batman?
As long as you kill the Batman, I don't care. Kiss him while you kill him.
Ooh.
I didn't think so.
Man, Electrocutioner gets bodied by this game.
You think he's okay? Sorry?
That was cute. I like that. I like that they had cameras set up. Just
Yeah,
to watch
right?
him fall, yeah.
This fruitcake is
He truly is mad.
He's insane!
He needs to be stopped.
wants a piece. All right, meeting's adjourned. Get out there and kill the Batman.
What did you actually discuss and or succeed in discussing?
That they need to kill the Batman.
We need to kill the Batman. And go kill the Batman.
Big boy.
Another meeting that could have been an email.
When he gets here,
Happens all the time.
So you wait.
He's a good boss. He's I like him.
This should be interesting.
Look at him go. I like him. I like cute Joker more than Psycho Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Psycho Joker's alright for stories. It's just, you know, cute Joker's cute, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give him a smooch. Maybe I'm the Harley Quinn.
Ooh. Maybe we'll find out. Ooh. Next time on Loot Lads.
Oh.
I got zappy punches now.
Ooh. That's good. Oh, that's bad.
Can I go now?
But the zappy punches land on lithium-ion batteries. They explode sometimes.
They're responsible for a lot of child labor mining the lithium in order to... All right.
too far.
I mean, I get it. I am Batman. I exploit a lot.
Wait a minute. Hey, that's good.
Next time on Loot Lads.
The Joker's just like, are you sure?
Capitalism, huh, Batman?
Wait a minute. If he has the gloves on him, then what has Electrocutioner got on him right now? They look like the same thing, just that they're painted white.
We just stole the tech and we just built them real fast. Alfred was here. You didn't see.
He's so fast, right?
He was here mopping, and he's like, "Here's some gloves." Oh boy!
Oh, remember that fucking shitty guy who kicked it and killed him in one hit? Yeah. Here's his gloves.
Thank you.
What? Alfred, you're not supposed to do that.
Okay, let's go.